Okay, we are back in Sense, a Cyberpunk Ghost Story. So, a couple updates for you guys. I went back a little bit. This is from the save points. We still have to go get that one combination from the wall, but there have been a few announcements about the game. They are going to be taking it off Steam for a little while. There's problems with a few things, like I'm actually seeing one right here where I'm trying to run and it's not really working properly. Yeah. But there are all sorts of technical problems among other things going on, and there are just too many counterintuitive things. So the devs are going to try to fix this. I'm crossing my fingers that it works out because, as is, this is going to be the last video before I take a break and let them do their work. I can actually show you some of the glitches in a moment. Bunch of notes next to an old phone. Interesting. One of the notes is ripped. Matches the paper I found in the crawl space. Matches. 4-letter, 4-digit number. It's important. I'll hang on to it for later. So, notice the iron pipe. There we go. I believe this was supposed to break when I used it on the window earlier in the part that you couldn't see. So this should not actually be in my inventory. I don't know if this is supposed to be in my inventory or not, because some of these things should have been consumed. But yeah, that's where we're currently at. So anyway, we have the keysmith machine, 4-digit numerical padlock. If I can find a way to unlock this machine, I can make it a key. Need to unlock it. Unlock it. It was 9615, I think. If not, I'll get the thing back out and look. Because I think I actually did this before calling it quits in the previous video. First things first, I'll figure out what the key's design is. Got a map for each key. Check the leasing office on 201. Need to know what the 206 key looks like. So we're going to use the 3302. Now I just need molten metal. So they said we needed zinc or something. Now you're intended to do a lot of back and forth crap. Can you use the stove to melt down some metal and make a key? I just need an iron cooking pan and something to melt. Let's see if the ghost... Can we go back in here? Yeah, he's still here. We can see from the stamina gauge. I don't know if we're going to exercise him or if it's just that area is supposed to be off limits or what. Can't do anything there. But one of the criticisms that's been levied against the game is you can't pick up items unless you know its destination. So you have to know, like, what you're looking for, where it goes, examine where it goes, then you can go back and pick it up, which is one of the weird things for the previous floor. The elevator puzzle in particular, when I was trying to get the wire for the pen. Heavily rusted cast iron wok is inside the excessively dirty oven. The wok is similar to the one I used to do science experiments with. Melting down zinc or lead. Yoink. Heavier than I thought. So I don't know if I got this picture already. Like, I did stuff in the previous video, it's just... I don't know what all carries over, if really anything. Nothing there. So yeah, right here it is the game itself that's chugging, in case you're wondering. Because I know Right Ends made a comment on how at times it seems like the game's lagging and wasn't sure if it was the video. Right there, that was the game. So yeah, I'm not seeing anything on this floor, so the only thing left for us to do will be go downstairs and see if there's something on the second floor. Like, one of the really weird things about the game is things change after you exercise a spirit, for example. Ah. So yeah, he's out and about now. So I don't know if 204 would really be worth going to. And I notice our stamina is filling up, so I think we're somewhat safe. So yeah, the name of the game right now is just looking around, see if there's anything to examine. Did anything change? So the figure is most likely made of pewter. Based on its age, even if it's lead, I can definitely melt it down on a stovetop. So if I could pick up the archaic media device. Because like, the way they describe it, I want to say that's supposed to be our ink ribbon, wink wink, but it's seriously not. So now that he's out there, can I go around in here? Nope, he's still here, I guess. Can use the stove to melt down some metal and make a key. I just need an iron cooking pan and something to melt. Use the wok. Now I just need something to melt down a metal with. A low melting point like lead or pewter would be best. Taoist figure. Pewter figure the size should take a few minutes to melt. Still need to wait. Pewter should take several minutes to melt down. Like, I don't know if we're looking for a specific trigger or... Finally done. Now to pour this into the keysmith machine. Yeah, like... They said they wanted to go for the whole old school clock tower thing, but there's just too many rough spots. Molten zinc, but it's supposed to be molten lead, so that's a consistency error there. That should do it. I just need to let the key cool a bit. Still needs to cool. Frame photo. So I'm just walking around trying to examine things because I'm assuming it may be time-based. But yeah, you can hear the cat getting frustrated. Got it. Let's see if 206 has a way out of this place. So 206 would be here. Go right. Use the 206 key, unlocked. Another jade bangle. So that's our get out of jail free card, if you will. It's supposed to be the same hole from the crawl space. There's blood staining the edge. She's crying while holding on to something. A small piece of paper or maybe a photograph? Suppose I'd be traumatized if I were being stalked by my building manager as well. So is it safe to move around here with her right there? Judging by the emptiness of this apartment, it looks like the tenant here moved out before the building was abandoned. However, some mail appears to have been left behind. Nothing looks particularly important to me, though. The police officer appears to be taking notes, but I can't read much of his writing. Corroborated alibi. Person is non-suspect family member. Suspect in what? What exactly happened here? Just a small bathroom. Though on the inside there's a heavy-duty lock on the door. This poor girl must have been terrified. Suppose I could take a closer look at the mail here. Maybe there's some answers. It's a folder full of information regarding an orphanage in Portland. In 1968, Chua was adopted by a Hank and Farah McCullough. Most of these papers outline her adoption status and details about her health. There's nothing here about Thon. The envelope's from the Seattle Police Department, a Detective James Katzburn. Its address to Tracy McCullough appears to have been opened already. Dear Tracy, I did quite a bit of digging on Tony. I don't believe that what I'm about to give you will need any more commentary from me. Hope this information helps you find some solace. If there's anything I can do for you, please reach out. Guess I should update your name in my file to Gwen, huh? There's a small packet inside. Pages are mostly photocopies of legal documents. Many appear to be from the San Diego Refuge Center, all dated from the late 1960s. Two names appear frequently on the papers, though. Chua Gwen, age 2, and Thon Gwen, age 10. It appears that Chua was moved to an orphanage in Portland, while Thon was transferred to a special institution for children suffering from extreme mental trauma. There's There seems to be something missing from the last page. There's a small paper tear from a staple being ripped out. Chua and Thon. Something's still a bit off here. There's something here now. This is what I'm kind of talking about. Looks like a mummified finger. At the end of it, the bone is almost like a key. So yeah, I'm not seeing anything else here to interact with. I'm once again just mashing B as I run, trying to see if there's anything in the background I might be able to take a picture of or something. What the hell? I know I opened the hallway door. This can't be right. So real quick... Oh, we do have the lockpick. I picked up something there, but I don't know what it was. Yeah, I'm not really sure what happened there. Open the trunk. Lockpick disintegrated. Of course it disintegrated. Okay, let's take a look. It's filled with letters to someone named Chua in apartment 206. Dear Chua, please forgive me for scaring you. I did not mean to make you upset. I just wanted to know you. If you will just look at this photo, then you'll understand. I'm sorry. Mr. Shu will probably fire me, but I want to tell you the truth. I love you. Than Tony Wen. There's a photo attached. Every letter I check looks the same. There's something hidden under the letters. Looks like an emergency elevator release tool, but I can use this to open the elevator doors on the west end of the hall. But the problem is, in order to open that, we have to get through the ghost, which is where that bangle is going to come into play, it seems. Anyway, it seems like the spirit intends to leave me alone for now, but maybe an offering will help him rest.
I'm so sorry.
I'm sorry.
Okay, so I guess we really were still carrying some of that stuff. Can't take any pictures. So now that he's been exorcised, we're able to move around in here. Because I think there's still more to get. A jade bangle looks just like mine. Protect me from that thing. Maybe I should take this one just in case. Ring's unlocked. It's empty. Just a plastic crate. Just a plastic crate. Several glass bottles. There's an odd smell coming from them, but emergency bottles like this might come in handy. So yeah, if you know, she has a bangle on each wrist. So yeah, we're only 14 minutes into this. We'll go a little bit further. Maybe we can exercise one more before I'm gonna call it quits. Maybe I can get the doors open somehow. Old elevators like this typically have an emergency release key. It's gotta be around here somewhere. Now to open the doors. Doors open. I just need something to reach the elevator cab. I think I need to find something sturdy enough to climb on. The chairs I've seen are all made out of old rod wood and likely unsafe. In all seriousness, I cannot recall anything that might qualify. Like, I was wondering, could that table do it, but we're not allowed to examine that. I'm kind of thinking I might want to go down to the lower floor, maybe. As long as the stamina gauge doesn't appear, we're relatively safe for the moment. I should also mention one of the annoying parts is it's entirely possible that I may have already seen the item because of the way the game works, so they won't let me grab it. This could work pretty well as a stool. Bingo. Although you do have to wonder, depending on how many cybernetics she has in her body, she may actually be fairly heavy. Use the crate. It'll definitely hold my weight, if you say so, lady. Door is marked storage. Looks like I'll need a key to get in. Maybe the manager's apartment has one. No, I saw some more keys on the desk. Seriously. 301, it's open. The window has a heavily rusted lock on it. Can't even see a keyhole anymore. Just outside, there's a fire escape. Unfortunately, it only goes up. Maybe I could try using the elevators on the 4th floor to get out of here. Either way, I need to get this lock off and open the window. If I try throwing anything, it may only tick them off. A loud noise or flashing lights would be better. Should not get any closer. Maybe I can scare them away. So yes, there are still quite a few things that are instant death, and because of the crappy autosave system, you're going to be doing a lot of backtracking. Damn it, another locked door. Just want to find a way out of here. Door now doesn't turn, the door won't budge. There's even a number up. This mustn't be an apartment. It's an odd shape in the mold on the wall. Maybe a foot will give me a better look. No luck. An offering cup. I can definitely use this. Apartment 304. The door is locked. Maybe I can find a key around here somewhere. A Taoist statue of some kind. Feels lighter than it looks. A flyer for a lost cat says contact a Matty Mao in apartment 505 if the pictured cat is found. Door is also jammed. The stairs collapsing must have affected more of the stairwell than I thought. Doesn't seem to be working on this floor. This elevator is so old, it isn't that surprising. Apartment 305, the door is locked. There's police tape covering the door. Ah, something must have happened here just before the building was abandoned. Door is unlocked. Let's do it. Other than being completely terrifying, something feels off about this. The sink is bloody and rusted over. It's a large plastic bag with a rusted zipper. Might be something useful inside if I can something to loosen up the zipper. I can open the bag. Looks like a shrine, but the offering cup has spilled ashes everywhere. Tables covered in dirty dishes and what looks like college homework. It's also a plastic bottle. It's a wooden fish statue. It looks like it got some kind of religious significance. Traditional lion dance heads. This tenant must have been a hard-working and dedicated person. The training required for the lion dance is pretty intense. Plenty of books on chemistry and science here. There's even some classic comic books. This guy had great taste. There are also some self-help books. Spiraling In, A Study in Overcoming Anxiety, West England. Oh, a Betamax tape. Looks like a college student's desk. It's covered in textbooks, homework, and notes. Amazing how little it's changed in nearly a century. It's even a staple remover. A staple remover may come in handy at some point. HG80 Mercury is circled. Maybe something to do with an assignment.
What's this?
Box of old Chinese firecrackers. There's no guarantee they'll work, but it's worth taking them with me. It's a note from a friend or classmate. Hey, Kev. No, it's not your bag, but you gotta come with us to see the new slasher flick. Stop being such a wuss. Plus, Joey's bringing a few hotties so we can finally show you how Americans have fun, bro. P.S. Kelly will be there. I know you had your eye on her. JP. This guy reminds me of some of Maiko's friends. Some people just like staying in, you know? Just a bathroom. The patio, and the door seems to be unlocked. It looks like an old thermometer holder, though the thermometer itself must have fallen off at some point. Just like before, I feel there's a barrier separating this building from the world. The city looks almost deserted. Despite the decades of weathering, all this junk and garbage somehow survived. Yeah, we don't need to examine the chart. We can remember that's Mercury. So we need to go downstairs, if I remember correctly. Like, the downside of hitting a new floor is there's so much to do. Also worth pointing out, this one does not have a safe room for us to hide in. There's also no save point here either, now that I think about it. So out of curiosity, Betamax. We have 4 uses. This is the manager's room here, right? Apartment manager's desk. Might be able to find a key for the storage room here.
Oh.
Found it. Which one? Oh, here we are. Looks like the right key. Just a rusty old chair. Looks pretty sturdy even after all this time.
Oh.
A back scratcher. Oddly enough, these things haven't changed much over the decades. If it ain't broke, I guess. A storage locker labeled 04. It has a numeric padlock on it. HG... Nope, that won't work. How do I leave this? There's no number on this cage, but there's an odd lock. Lock's rusted and old, but a spider lily pattern is clearly visible. There's no lock. I guess it's worth looking inside. A lot of interesting antiques in this locker. Very well made white cheapao, an incredibly ornate pistol, and a small locket. The woman in the white cheapao, I recognize her from somewhere. It's too early to save. Okay, so we can use these to scare off the crows. Wrong button. Now the problem is, I don't remember where the crows were. I guessed correctly. If I try throwing anything, it might only take them off. A loud noise or flashing lights would be better. These little fireworks could definitely do the trick, plus someone from outside may see and call the police. Just hope that I don't accidentally start a fire. This wall must have collapsed decades ago. I don't see anyone below, so I doubt there's any point in screaming. Besides, something just isn't right with this building. Yeah, it's nowhere near being up to fire code. Can of mechanical oil. This stuff's pretty useful. I suppose carrying it around isn't a bad idea. Okay, I saw something rusted. Would that do it? Wait a second, was it this? Maybe I can find some way to weaken the metal. Ah, so the rusty thing I was thinking of was the freaking chair. Game, you're killing me. Okay, we can't do anything there. I'm trying to think of what I saw that could be rusted and needing to be unlocked. I am drawing a major blank here. This is so bad. Okay, that was rusty, but... Ah, here we go. Use oil. Nope, that is not a third eye. What was that? Some kind of hallucination? Oh god. It's a body, nearly mummified, but the smell is horrific. Can't explain it, but the eyes, ears, and tongue seem to have been removed.
Huh?
Another one. Is it the person in the bag? So this tenant saw them too? What happened to him seems to be very different. Almost personal. Ashes seem to lead to the trash can. Something's poking through the ashes. Is that a tongue? So he cut it out too. It's like he was being psychologically tortured. That vision. It was like I was looking up through a hole and there was a faucet. Maybe inside the garbage disposal? If you reach in, you die. Good thing I checked. The garbage disposal was turned on. Feel something. Squishy and wet. An eyeball? And they're showing the wrong picture here, it looks like. Was that an offering table? Wait a minute. Seems to be a pair of human ears stapled to the statue. Another vision. Why would someone do this with themselves? Either way, I don't need the staple remover anymore. So he is coming closer. Maybe if I return what's missing, I'll pacify it. Return the eye, return the tongue, return the ear. Does the eye belong to the body in the bag? Can't seem to move with my hand. Maybe I can find a spoon or something. Like, I'm trying to think of where... There was the kitchen downstairs that we used to melt the thing. The important thing is that the ghost is very, very slow. So light, maybe I should look underneath. Small panel screwed into the bottom of the statue. This must be for hiding a spare key. A coin or something similar could open it easily. Let's use the gotcha coin. God, this must be the apartment key. Locked. Pair of young girl sneakers. The shoelaces are a cool, hot pink color. Shoelaces are made in nylon and still in good shape. They could prove useful. As a garrote? Ah, the doorknob turns and it doesn't look like it has a lock, but some kind of forces keep me from using it. There's a note here underneath a scoop of some kind. It looks like a note from a local grade school. It's dated June 19th, 1983. Mrs. I'm not gonna try to pronounce that. Shui Feng. We understand your decision to remove Suki from the school system last year, but we hope that you will reconsider as our enrollment period is coming to an end soon. I know that Suki had several incidents that forced hands on both sides, but I firmly believe that with weekly counseling, we can work with and truly help Suki become a happy, well-adjusted young girl. Please call me if you need anything. I'd like to help you and her in any way possible. Asami Fujioka, Guidance Counselor. Puget Sound Elementary School. So now we can scoop crap out. A giant feng shui mirror. You can feel a draft coming from the cracks. Appear to be a few pieces of the mirror missing. Maybe putting them back will give me some answers. Need to find both missing pieces of the mirror. An ancient hand fan. Even despite the damage and aging from 100 years in this place, this fan has held up well. Seems to be some kind of Taoist incantation or prayer written on it. Tables covered in Taoist statues and tokens. Wait a minute, this looks like part of the giant feng shui mirror. More joss sticks and offering cups. These will come in handy. A small children's backpack. It's filled with school supplies. That's my brother coming home if you can hear the car revving up.
Oh.
An old folding camera. I never thought I'd see one of these up close. Wait a minute. The markings above the lenses are strange. These kanji are incredibly old. Chaos So? Must have been the person who built this camera. It's obviously one of a kind. I haven't really played Fatal Frame to know if that's a reference to something, Fatal Frame-wise. Messy desk covered in Taoist charts, scrolls, and manuscripts. There's a large and ornate book laying open. And I may need to take a break for a moment. What the? Camera took a random photo? So yeah, there's also one in the storage room that I got off camera. It's an old... I think there was also one in the student's room. It's in the corner. Like, as soon as you enter, you can get it. It's an... Okay, I had to step away for a little bit to grief blue. It's an old manuscript detailing various types of spirits and demons from Taoist religion. Some of these reached urban legend status and are only barely recognizable now. Looking further, this book seems to describe methods of exorcising these types of entities. The tenants of this apartment must have been priests of some sort. It's a bathroom. Years, probably decades of time has created mold and smells I'd be better off not inhaling. A calendar from 1983. Several numbers are highlighted, somewhat randomly. I wonder if there's a correlation. Could it be in my journal, maybe? Okay, that's supposed to be our actual date thing, but what I'm looking for are dates. Exorcism manual. Number 4 is written at the top, and several numbers on this 12-month calendar are highlighted with the same marker, and order the numbers are 050919. There's a framed photo of a little girl. A Another jade bangle? I wonder if it'll protect me like the others did. There's also a journal on the nightstand. It's handwritten in Cantonese and appears to belong to someone named Feng. Siu Feng. Journal is filled with entries detailing the difficulties raising a young girl, Suki. Seems like this family was struggling quite a bit, but stayed strong despite their troubles. Ah, that's what I was afraid of. So there are caps on your inventory, so I can only have 2 jade bangles. That one I picked up just vanished. Same for the Betamax tape in that section where I was running through the glitched hallway that did not load correctly. I picked up a Betamax tape putting me at 3. When I picked up the one from the bookcase, that would have put me at 5, but caps at 4. A traditional gold ink wedding painting of 2 dragons encircling each other. Typically these depict a dragon and a phoenix, so 2 dragons must have some special significance. A nightstand. Ah, son of a... So right here, if you wanted to see it, there's the cap of 4. Aw, man. So yeah, that was a Fatal Frame reference, the Crimson Butterfly. Can I put one in now? I don't care.
No!
What the hell happened? The floor must have collapsed. Looks like I'm in some kind of basement. I've got to find a way out of here. So I was curious. I still have my jade bangle. The lobby's on the other side of this rubble, but where the hell's the exit? Did the city build over it at some point? Either way, I need to find another way out, or at least a way back up to the upper floors. This debris, it's filled with glass and other dangers. If I can find something to push the rubble away, I can go back to the lobby. TV is off, but there appears to be power running to this room.
According to police reports, the gunman acted alone in executing all 13 members of the Chongqing Gambling Club. It's still unclear if there is any connection to remaining triad groups operating in the International District. Authorities are currently...
That broadcast must have been from 1983. How is this possible? There's a sign-up sheet for some kind of weekly event. There's a magazine laid open on the coffee table. It looks like Suki really loved games. So yeah, they need to organize this a little... Oh! Okay. So I have another jade bangle there. Maybe if I go over the cap... So yeah, I think because I had one space for the Betamax tape, they didn't give me the rollover, they discarded the one. I'm kind of guessing. Can I get your picture? Jerk. An old arcade unit. I've heard of the series from the golden age of score-based action games. They stopped making them at some point in the early 2030s, though these units look like 1983 originals. They're treasures for people like me. After all this is over, I'm hiring someone to retrieve these. And a Shinto monk to purify them. Doors labeled laundry. It's worth a check, I guess. Getting so tired of locked doors. There's a sign on the door. It says salon, employee entrance only. Maybe I can find an exit or an answer inside. It's unlocked? So before we go there... Yeah, I was wondering if there would be something else. A painting of a Japanese woman in a beautiful kimono. Wonder if it's the woman who owned the studio. I was kind of wondering if that would be a costume trigger thing. There's a cash register, an old cassette tape machine of some sort, and a logbook on the desk. So I'm wondering if we can use the audio thing from that one office where we had to deal with the manager spirit and the elevator crap in here.
What's this?
The machine appears to be plugged into the phone. This is probably an answering machine for recording missed call messages. Plays miniature cassette tapes, but the tape's missing. So yeah, I was right. Logbook. Looks like an appointment logbook for this hair salon. It's filled with names and dates. One name appears quite a bit. Sally Feng for all kinds of treatments and stylings. There's also a paperclip. This could come in handy. Holy crap, they actually gave it to us. Register's mostly empty, except for dust in a few quarters. That's some old Cantonese. Looks like it's written in lipstick. It's a bit older than my generation's lingo, but I think it says lying whore or something to that effect. Another Maneki Neko. That's the lucky cat we saw in the closet if you're not familiar with it. Wonder if it's a bank like the one in the crawl space.
Oh.
Bingo.
Oh.
A set of keys. One looks like the other apartment's keys, while the other set says laundry. Appears to be something plastic clogging the drain. An old rubber floor mat, probably for making the stylist's feet more comfortable while standing all day. A wooden broom. I can use this to clear away the rubble without getting hurt. Can't carry any more right now. That looks like a jade bangle. Decor's so old now, but this place was probably super chic when it was open. Michael would love to see this. So, the ghost is on the right side. That one blends in really well. Can barely see outside. I doubt anyone can see or hear me here. It's no use. There's no way I can get these boards off. So we're gonna leave the drain alone because I think that's another death trap. We'll leave the TV alone for a moment. So we'll use the broom. Next problem's the electrical wire over the puddle. I need to find something to cover it with that I'll ground as I pass by. Rubber or thick plastic's the only thing that'll work. So we saw some rubber in the rubber mat in the salon. We can grab that. I'll try to go a little bit further. Than I did in the previous video, because I don't think I'm going to be exercised or anything. It looks like you're going to probably knock these out in a good chain or something. So this is good enough. Yoink. I really want that cassette tape, if you can't tell. It's a bit risky, but there's no other way forward. Plus, I see a light switch around the corner. I should only need to worry about this once. Okay. Mini cassette and a Betamax tape. Okay, so now we're up to 5. Maybe they only give you one at a time. Maybe it's just not consistent. That's just weird. Play mini cassette. Let's try this tape out. And wait a second, now that I think about it, there was... Now that I think about it, there was a freaking Betamax tape in that drawer. They were holding out on us, boys. That voice, it sounded so familiar. Is she saying my name?
What's this?
Getting so tired of locked doors. So we need to know this color combination. Janitor's closet, it's locked. It's a pin pad unlock on the door. Something feels familiar here. An old coin exchange machine. So will they let me go grab those quarters? Like, what's so tedious about this one is just all the back and forth. So we do have the solution to that, I'll worry about it later. A vending machine. It still has power and somehow feels like it's still keeping the drinks chilled. I'm pretty thirsty. I suppose it's worth the risk, but each drink costs $1.50. Should check the coin return. Another quarter. Oh, another gotcha coin too. There's nothing in here. Maybe the coin return has something left. Empty. There's nothing in here, and the coin return's empty as well. One more quarter. Thanks to the couch, I can take a peek inside with my camera. Maybe I'll find something useful. No, nothing here. I really want that drink. Depending on how long it takes you guys to find this video, it was like 100 degrees out with humidity today, so 2 quarters, I can use these in the vending machine. I can definitely relate to the whole wanting a drink thing. Anyway. So we see those 4 colors. If we go to our journal, there should be a picture. Here we are. So blue is 1, green is 3, red is 4, yellow is 8. I'm gonna open a notepad real quick, jot this down. B1, G3, R4, Y8. Okay, so we're looking at 8, 3, 4, 1. There it goes.
Perfect.
Hopefully there's something useful inside. Typical janitor class, but there's a large bottle of cleaning chemicals. Chemicals marked nitric acid. We need that to weaken the lock. The one that's upstairs. It's up 2 floors to be precise. Other than 2 and L, the buttons still don't work. And as embarrassing as this is, I do not remember my way around here. But yeah, I've had my fill. I'm hoping that the devs make the change so you can just grab the items and go instead of, oh, here's the item, here's where it's supposed to go, I'm going to go back and grab the item. The whole thing where they chain you to a specific order is so freaking infuriating. I thought this was a save room. Oh, no. I think it's actually this one right here where we can save. So yeah, I'm going to put a break in the video when we pick up next time. Hopefully... Huh. This is 204. Is it 201 that's the save room? You? There we go. So yeah, when we pick up next time, hopefully the game will have its crap sorted out. I'll be doing a different game tomorrow, just so you guys know, and you can adjust your expectations accordingly. Overall, I feel no. I'm going to show you. Oh, it actually finally did update. So you can see that it did that very recently. The problem I noticed when I was trying to do this earlier was I couldn't actually get it to autosave, period. So if I died and loaded my autosave, I was literally back at the very start of the game. I don't know how it triggers, if there's going to be more triggers or what have you, but the game was released prematurely. I hate to say it, but it definitely needed some polish, some more playtesting or something, as is... Like, the premise I can respect. It's just... There are things that needed to be ironed out and tested more thoroughly before they actually put this out. But yeah, we'll try to come back someday, folks. I'm the Hero of Light. Thanks for watching, and goodbye.